Happy Monday, good people. Another edition of Double Innocence with your boy E-Dub. I don't know if anybody had the opportunity to watch United States play Serbia yesterday morning. Man, it really hurts my heart to say it, but boy, yeah, they look good. They look very, very good. With the addition of Kevin Durant, I mean, honestly speaking, wow, man, that's a heavy ask to ask anybody to try and stop that. Man was on fire. I only got the opportunity to watch the first half of that game, and I figured, you know what, I'm not going to stick around and watch this total annihilation, because I'm telling you, once, no matter how you slice it, even when Serbia start to come back or whatever the case may be, I kept looking. Most of the times when Serbia was making that run, Kevin Durant was on the bench. So you know what? I didn't get all caught up in that nonsense, because it's like, you know what? All you got to do is put this guy back in the game. And by the time you blink 3 times, you'll be up by like 15 points again. This guy was just jacking. He couldn't miss. He could not miss. So I'll be honest with you, man. I mean, I really felt that, you know, like United States had an opportunity to get upset in the Olympics. Why? Because international ball is so much different from the NBA. But with the way Kevin Durant looked yesterday, it doesn't matter where you're playing. International, NBA, Harlem Globetrotters, didn't matter. He was an unstoppable force. And if you have that working on all cylinders like that, and again, I can't take anything away from your so-called proclaimed king. He had a very good game. I didn't get to see the exact beginning of the game, and I need somebody to tell me. Did LeBron James start that game? Because when I happened to tune in, it was the first quarter, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe the first quarter just started, but LeBron James was on the bench. So, please, somebody, let me know in the comment section. Did LeBron James start that game yesterday? Because if he actually came off of the bench, I'll be honest with you, he's gained 0.1% of my respect. If LeBron James actually came off of the bench yesterday, he's gained a percentage of my respect. Why? Because in order for him to do something like that, he's doing something for the betterment of the team, which I've never seen LeBron James do a day in his life. So if he actually did that, somebody please let me know, because I'm telling you, that's the first question I ask. Is this guy coming off the bench? To show you that as soon as I zoomed in on the game, that was the first thing I noticed. And I'll be totally honest with you. If that's the type of unselfishness that he's going to attack these Olympics with, well, it's going to be very, very hard to beat the United States team. I'll be totally honest with you. If he's exercising unselfishness for the betterment of the team, and the only thing that could have possibly happened is if LeBron James didn't start, that means Kevin Durant did start. So that means he's making sacrifices for the betterment of the team. Now, I never thought I'd ever see that day. Wow. I also got the opportunity to watch the female start off their journey. And I got to watch a game between Spain and China. And let me tell you something, man. That was by far an outstanding game. Spain has a young lady by the name of Gustafson, if I'm not mistaken. That girl is a beast. She's absolutely amazing. Like, I mean, she just does not stop going. China also had the young lady that plays for Minnesota. And if I'm not mistaken, that same young lady, she just got drafted this year, if I'm not mistaken. And I've got to watch a couple of her games in Minnesota, which, you know, she seems to be decent, but in the WNBA, it's not somebody that just stands right out. Yesterday, she was a star. They could not stop her. You see, and I don't want to take the chance and mess this young lady's name up. All I know is that she's a young lady that plays for the Minnesota in the WNBA. If I'm not mistaken, she's a rookie. Because I believe she got drafted this year in the same class with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and all of them. I was highly impressed with the way this girl played. I mean, really and truly, between her and, like, I guess she plays the 5 spot, and the lady Gustafson that plays for Spain plays the 5 spot. At one point in time, both of them had 29 points, so that lets you know that they were both balling and giving it to each other. But you know, like, as well as the young lady from China played, the one I noticed the most was Gustafson. And I hope I'm not messing her name up. I can't remember her first name, but she's the individual that I remember from yesterday's game. She stood out. I'm telling you, they just could not stop her. Rebounding. The only place where she I don't want to put the word struggle on her name. The only word that she was having a little bit of difficulty was on a defensive side, stopping the young lady from China. And China also had another tall, like China seems to be pretty well put in the center position. All that to say, China was beating Spain the entire game. And with seconds left, if I'm not mistaken, Spain got fouled, hitting a 3-point shot, and then went to the line and hit their free throw, tied up the game. The game went to overtime, and Spain ended up winning that game in overtime. Where in which, no word of a lie, with the amount of time that was left on the clock before that young lady hit that 3-point shot and got fouled, the game looked like it was over. But that's the beauty about international ball. International ball is never over until the final whistle blows. So, United States ladies, if you don't get your stuff together, and I'm talking about get your stuff together quick, because I'll tell you right now, just based on the two teams that started off yesterday, which was Spain and China, you could lose to either one of those two teams if you play them and you're not in top 4. So I'm hoping that beat that you guys took by the WNBA rookies was a wake-up call to let you guys know that no, you guys don't have a little while to gel. The gelling starts right now. So far, I can't complain. Olympics are pretty good. Canada's represented pretty well. I know they have a couple of medals. I will touch you back and give you an update on where we are, where medals are concerned. And I'm looking forward. The Canada men's basketball team played the other day, so if I'm not mistaken, they only play once every 3 days. So that means, if that is the case, they should be playing. Their game should be coming up very, very soon. Look out for those guys. I'm looking for them to do some damage. They look pretty decent in the first game. And the reason why I'm saying they look pretty decent is because they did all of that without Jamal Murray. Basically, Jamal Murray was coming off the bench, and he just had a subpar game. And we were still able to do pretty well. SGA, I mean, hey, he's coming into his own. There's a good possibility he's going to shine in this particular tournament. The one individual that we're missing on our Canadian team is Andrew Wiggins. And the reasoning behind him not being on the team still is a little bit fishy and a little bit, I don't understand it. And now when you start to look at certain things, things are starting to make a little bit more sense. Hey, who's coaching the U.S. team? Steve Kerr. Who's Andrew Wiggins, head coach in the NBA? Steve Kerr. So, is there a particular reason why Steve Kerr didn't really want Andrew Wiggins out there on the court? Especially playing against his American team? Is there something that he might know that we don't know? Because he would have given him trouble on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, we could agree on that. I'm not saying Andrew Wiggins was going to come out here and light them up for 60 points or nothing like that, but his play would have been effective on this team that we sent, don't you think? Don't you think his style of play would have gelled well with the guys? Not to mention that a lot of those guys he played with before he got to the NBA. The SGAs of the world. SGA's cousin, I can't remember his name, that's on the Canadian team. He played with a lot of these guys. So explain something to me. Why would he be the one individual singled out to not be able to go to the Olympics? Why? Because there's a possibility that he might be traded and you can't afford for him to get hurt? If that was the case, wouldn't that be reason for practically every single individual that you guys sent on both the American, the Canadian, and internationally? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the Greek Freak, he's playing for Greece. You have the rookie in San Antonio. He's playing for France. He only played 1 year for the NBA. Aren't you afraid he's going to get hurt? The reasoning makes absolutely zero sense. To me, it was just a way to weaken the Canadian team. I mean, finally, we're able to get proper representation in the Olympics on levels to be able to compete, to make a little bit of noise, to get noticed. Finally, we're able to do that. And then we still have people dictating our pace, not wanting us to get the proper recognition. Not right, people, not right. Absolutely not right. But I'm still very happy with the team that we did send. And I believe the team that we sent is going to make some noise in this particular tournament. I think Canada men's basketball team can leave the Olympics with a bronze medal. Possibly they could do better than that, but I think, worst case scenario, they can leave these Olympics with a bronze medal. I want you guys to type in the comment section and let me know what you guys think. How well do you think our Canadian men's team can do? On that note, I need you guys to share. I need you guys to like, and I need you guys to subscribe. Help this channel grow. In terms of my new subscribers, I welcome you. I hope you guys are enjoying the content and spread the word. Double Innocence ain't going nowhere. I don't care how long it takes me to build. I ain't going nowhere. Have yourself a blessed day, peeps. Happy Monday.